Hello, welcome to part 2 of this mini series about Project Closeout, and I'm going to be talking this video about transition to business. Now, some projects, many projects actually, they will create new products, new processes, services, or facilities that after the project is completed, those things need to be integrated into the business and not part only of the project anymore. So when the project is over, the business must now manage the daily operations of the project result. And therefore, this transition is something that can be a little bit tricky. So let's talk about it. So the project team in this case will be disbanded at the end of the project. They will be released in a way, and therefore there are different ways for this handout of the project results to be done. All right, so the first approach is that the project team stops working on the project and transitions into the management and support roles of the new product or process. In other words, the team hands off the work to themselves, which, as you can imagine, is much easier than the second option, which is when you have to transition the project result to a team of new people. And this means that you might have to add a new phase into the project, which is the transition phase, and manage it a little bit as a mini project where you train the new people and you explain to them all the details necessary to be able to run the daily operations of the result of the project. There are two main approaches to do the transition of the project result into the business. The first one is called the Big Bang, and the second one is called the phase in. In the Big Bang, everything is introduced at once, out with the old and in with the new, while in the phase in, things are introduced one at a time. Okay, so a little bit at a time, baby steps. So there is a more slow growth in this method. The advantages of the Big Bang is that it's faster, there's less confusion on what happens when, and it's easier to train people as well. While the advantage of the phase-in is that you can easily find and fix problems along the way, so you face problems on a much more paced manner. And the quick wins that you got from fixing these problems can build quite a good momentum to implement the project results. Now, the disadvantages of the Big Bang is that there is a greater chance of disaster or of chaos. It is difficult to create the project coordination here because there's going to be many changes at the same time, and there will be a lot of resistance from the new users. Typically, people don't like when things change a lot, and therefore you're going to face more resistance. While the phase-in also has its disadvantages. First of all, it will take much longer, will cost much more, and often you need to manage, often for a certain period of time, you're going to have to manage a hybrid system that is maybe a component is the old system and another component is the new system, and there might be indeed conflicts on this. So another tool that can be very useful before implementing is to use pilot runs or beta tests. So this is when a new capability of the project is still fragile or unstable, but it's going to be improved as the project continues. But you want to test if those capabilities are already working or feasible. So a pilot run or test is used to demonstrate that the project results will work in real conditions. And for that, you're going to use real operational resources to conduct this test, and you're going to use real procedures, real equipment, real processes and systems. In other words, you're going to test it in real life. So while those tests are going, you track the operational performance and you realize what are the problems, what are the things that need to be improved, or what are the things that are working quite well. So to summarize, transition to the business is an important component at the end of the project, and it can still generate quite a bit of trouble even though it's at the very end. Okay, there are many techniques you can use to make this indeed a little bit easier, but you have to choose the technique that you believe would be the best for your situation. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video of this mini series.